Yo, 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 yo.
We live, most influential podcast in the world.
Once again.
Yep.
Back at it again. It doesn't stop, does it?
MIC, baby.
MIC for life.
Is this one coming out? Is this episode coming out first or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah.
we've been busy today, double recording. What was I gonna say? So we've got Kage in the building.
What's up?
Tell the people a bit about yourself.
My real name's Grime. I know practically everyone here. Like, we went to the same secondary.
Correct.
I make music, obviously. I make rap music. I make rock music. Let me think. It's very like.
I'm trying to find out. Take your time.
It's all good. It's all good, bro.
What's the word?
You're a
I
collector.
finished university a couple of years ago in film, which is like something different, but
Oh yeah.
that's very important to me as well.
Okay.
I say that's like the basics.
Yeah, no. So just released a phenomenal album. Like
Safe, I appreciate that.
at the moment, still probably one of the best albums I've listened to this year. I have no issue saying that, like comfortably saying that.
Yeah.
I mean, you put me onto it because you said it on the pod, and I was like, let me check it out. Thoroughly impressed, man.
I really
Like,
appreciate that.
as someone who's, seen your career, it's not your first time on the platform. Like,
Yeah.
this is it. Like, I was telling Collins, that album's the truth, man. Does it feel like a coming together moment for you of
Yeah.
everything you've worked towards?
Definitely, because like me and my collaborator who I work with a lot, BL1, who's done like a lot of my stuff in the past 3 or 4 years, we've always done like, after the first year, let's do an album, make like 20 tracks and stuff, and then we're like, it was my fault really. I used to put it off. I used to be like, if no one's going to listen to it, why should I put in that work? I should just drop an EP in that. And in the end, I felt like I want to do something for me. If I want to make an album, I should make an album regardless if nobody listens to it, because that's what I want to do, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So in the end, we wasn't even trying to make one. Like, towards that recording process was a bit weird because I'm trying to get into my groove. I'm hella nervous. Sorry.
Yeah. No, fine.
Like that. It started off as an EP.
Yeah.
I made like the majority of that album in 9 days.
Oh yeah.
Like because I did some competition in Barking, didn't get through the first round, and I was proper like hurt.
Yeah.
And it was like, I must be a dead artist. Like all these people getting through.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give music a break. Told my producer and that, and he's like, no, you need to keep making music. So I was quiet for a few weeks, and on the low, I was just making like 3 or 4 tracks, and then I just sent him like I sent him 5 tracks, and he was like, this is sick. I was like, let's keep adding to it, and then we have what you hear, like the album.
Great album, man.
So that was fuel to the fire, basically.
Yeah,
You
like,
could
there was
hear
a lot
it,
going
to be
on.
fair. Yeah, I like that. Like, I think, you remind me a lot of, I don't know, a bit of a hybrid of Travis and Triple X.
I could definitely hear the Travis.
Crazy.
Influence,
I mean, like, Waistband was, obviously it's half it, but can't stop listening to it. I think How to Disappear as well was a great song. Had to put it into the playlist. Like, nah, man.
Funny you should say Travis though, because like when he first like did the Sin City stuff on the Good Music, I was sort of like I was into him then. Like, I've been following his thing, and I love it. Like when he does the song switch ups.
Yeah.
And, like that was like, I wasn't trying to like copy him, but I had like, sometimes I have an idea of a technique in my head. Like I want a song with a song switch up. So like I go into a song thinking that. So like
Something similar to Uptown.
no, more like Sicko Mode. Like
Okay.
like I was thinking like I want to do a song that switches up halfway through, because that's like not many people do that. I know there's people who do, but it's not like a common thing. Like it's a bit lazy to just like rap over a beat, put it out like all the time. I just want to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So like I was, for that specific song, like Dangerous Spot, I was thinking I want to do like a switch up. And like BL1 sent me 2 beats that sounded similar, so I was like, right, if I chop that up, put it there, put like a fade in, what would that sound like?
I think for me, what's crazy about you is just the work ethic. Like, this is why, like, really try and push you this year to try and, I feel like after that album, you've got something solid to give to people and to say, hey, I listen to this, and you're putting out work. A lot of my issue with a lot of people who I'll enjoy is they won't put an album out, or they'll delay the inevitable, whereas you're so hard working. Like, I just don't see
just don't like excuses, because like when people say, I can't do this, I can't do that, like you don't need like the maddest studio or anything. Like if you like invest in yourself, you can just like there's nothing stopping you using your MacBook mic or whatever, your laptop mic.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more.
Like so many people are like, no, I haven't got the budget, I can't do this, I can't do that. Like people don't realise like a lot of my music, without giving away too much, is like just through connections with people. Like I don't necessarily it's not that I don't pay people for things like that. It's like we work together. Like I find people who want to work, because if you pay for something all the time, I don't think like people necessarily want to work with you. They just want that check from you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's like if you like make it like a camaraderie, like a friendship sort of thing.
There's real connection, and I can see that even in the work that you've been working alongside BL1 for so long. I think it's so important that artists have a producer that they go to, or someone in their camp that, you know, gets them. I think that's so important. True. For example, you know, Drake has 40, you know, so many prime examples of producers and DJs, producers and rappers coming together to make something great. So I think for you, that's definitely the key. That's going to be your key going forward.
Because like before I met him, I was like in that state where I used to produce everything and I hated it. Like I'm not a producer. Like that's not what my heart's into. I just did it because I had to. Like I said, no excuses. If I can't get beats from someone, I'm gonna make the beats to rap over. And he heard like one of those songs and he's like, "Let's work." And I expected it to be a song or two. And now like 3 or 4 years later, he dropped an album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's crazy. It's just it just goes back to you just have to keep putting in the work, man. Focusing.
100%. And that's what I'm trying to do now. Is like, there's lots of people in Chafford coming up. Like, you might have seen me tweet about it and stuff. Like, these young guys, there's no, like, when I was younger, like, starting, I used to look up to people like, oh, so-and-so and a few years above is doing it. I think he's doing it, you hear about. But now I don't really see, like, anyone who's putting on for the younger people.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, when there's a chance to, work with younger artists or anything, I'm always trying to, like, come to my studio, let's record, let's do a track. And they always love it, and it's like when we put each other on, because I get to see who's like listening to them and who's listening to me. I think it's so important.
100%. And I guess that's so interesting, because I do feel like Farrick really has something to say, not just yourself. You know, I look at there's a number of great platforms from this area, you know, that I think need to be given the recognition and need their flowers. You know, what Nikki's doing, look at your sister, Vicky, what we're doing. Like, Farrick is a small area, but we have something to say.
100%.
Yeah.
So obviously, it's Made In Chafford Podcast.
Yeah.
Are you like, have you lived there your whole life, or?
I would say so. Yeah. Like very young, since like 6 or 5 years old, I've been here.
Okay.
And it's like, it's what I call home. Like there's a lot of Essex artists who want to pretend to be there, like they're from London. Yeah. It's like, I'm proud to be from Essex, innit? It's like there's nothing wrong with it. Like there's obviously the stereotypes and stuff that got people. But like the artists from Essex that I like embrace it. Yeah. Like there's an artist called Rap Boy from Chelmsford who does like alternative music mixed with rap, and he's like Essex all over, and I'm like, raw. I never knew like there were artists out there who like so proud to be Essex.
Yeah, I think that's so important, and you know,
especially when it comes to representation, because
of course,
like a lot of people, they would say that they're from London because it's easier.
Yeah,
to reach a demographic,
and they don't want to be like, I'm the Essex guy.
Yeah, I'm the Essex guy, because Essex has its own connotation. Like, you obviously know the only way is Essex already. So if you say you're from Essex, like for example, I've spoken to like some family friends, like I've met for the first time. I say, I'm from Essex. It's like, oh really? So you're like the Towie guy? I'm like, nah.
They think you're soft, innit? And there's nothing wrong with being soft,
away,
but it's not
I'm
like
not that guy. Like, we do have a bit of fun here and there, but I'm really not that guy. But
it's a good place as well. Like, people like, there's nothing like, I love it that if I wanted to walk out at like 3 o'clock or something, I could do that like happily. There's nothing's gonna happen to me or any of the people I know, because it's a safe place. Like, I wouldn't want to be like somewhere where I know like I'm always on edge. I can't. What if I get checked there?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you think being from Chafford seeps into your music? Like, obviously that's
100%. Like, because it's like the experiences I've gained, the people I know, the things we do, the places we go, what we embrace. I think it's so important. Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. I think even for us ourselves, that we couldn't. I'm glad that we didn't pretend to be from anywhere else, and we owned it. You know, it is the Made in Chafford podcast. It is. It's I think being from Chafford is a way of life. Like it is.
It is.
There's certain experiences that you'll never have. Like I was talking to, bless her. I was talking to Anne-Marie the other day, and we was just talking about certain experiences at Last Train. Like, I mean,
people don't understand Last Train, man.
it's an experience a lot of people from a lot of areas will have, but it just Last Train feels different from Chafford, man.
Yeah.
That energy, like,
Because we have that one line in it. It's only one line. Because like the other one goes to Grays and the other one goes to Basildon. But if you want to go Chafford, there's only one.
There's only one, exactly. Yeah.
If you miss it, it's curtains.
Uber time.
Uber everywhere, man.
Especially if I'm doing shows in like London, I'm gonna have to dip now because we have to go with the Last Train.
I mean, what is the energy for you when you're performing? Like, what's the...
I love it, man, because it's like it's instant gratification. I get to see if a song works or if it doesn't, what people are feeling, and it's like it's fun to see a song come to life. Like, there's no other medium I could think of where you can see they rate it or they don't that quick. Like, a song could be on the radio, but I can't see what you're thinking, what you're thinking.
Yeah.
If I'm performing, I can see if you're really digging it or not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I think it seems like that's something you want to do more of. You want to try and get out there and perform your music more for certain, especially with this album where I feel like you have a lot of songs which lend to performing.
100%. Like, last year it was a bit surreal. I did the O2 thing, then I did some stuff at Westfield and like a few festivals, but this year it's been quite quiet. But like, I appreciate that as well. Like, the place I'm at now is like, I needed a bit of quiet time towards the end of the year to like get my thoughts together, get the album together, plan what I want to do, and hopefully in the summer
and just attack it.
Yeah, just do more.
Yeah. So you said you studied film. I think a lot of artists, when they've got interests elsewhere, it seeps in. Do you think your love of film and it influences your music?
Yes and no. Like, the way I'm meticulous with like editing songs is like sort of like the way I would cut a film together. Like, certain bits go there, that goes there, and the sequencing. And it's like, even like the writing the bars is like writing a script to me sometimes. Yeah. It's like, it's about the end product. So
what comes to you first whenever you hear a beat? Do you have your melodies in place already, or is it something that just comes?
Depends on the producer. Like, if it's like BL1 stuff, it's more rappy stuff. So it's like, I tried to do the hook first, because years ago there was like, I've had a few mentors in my life in music, but one of them said to me, "Oh, Dr. Dre always writes the chorus first because it's the most catchy bit. Like, if you start with a verse, it's harder to do the chorus." So I tend to lend myself to chorus first, and then make verses based on that chorus. Like,
that's one thing I'm impressed by you in particular. Like, you actually have really good melodies.
Oh, thank you.
Something I didn't anticipate, because if you come out and say, "Oh, I'm a rapper," people have the preconceived notion that you just have the bars, but you actually have an ability to make a song. Like, you have the title of the song, and the hook will lend to it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily just saying, "Okay, this song is called Waste Man." the chorus is going to say Waste Man. It's you float around the topic. Yeah. And then the verses give it the structure.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm quite impressed by.
That is literally like what I try to do. The chorus is like melodic, and then the verses structure the song. It's like holds it up.
It's crazy because I think you made something that like you can't ignore, and like again goes what you said. I think where you've opted for melodies, it just a lot of it does stick in your head, and you can't. Once you've heard it, you can't escape it. And you want to go back for more.
That's I've heard that a lot. I think it's because I play instruments and stuff. So like, that is like, melody is always in my head first. Like, even like when you hear a beat, I like hum something or just speak rubbish just so I can get that sort of melody flowing along. Because like, I think melodies are most important. Like, you can have the best bars in the world, but if your song's boring, who's gonna listen to it?
Yeah.
So I guess for me, what I found most interesting, I just want to know, who would you say is inspiring you in terms of music now? Because I remember the first time I think I had you on, I was like,
yo, it's different every time.
There's certain people you need to listen to, but I feel like...
Alright, right now, let me think. Young Lean has always been there for me. That's like my favourite artist of all time, because he like does similar stuff to me. He's got different like monikers for different things, like rock stuff, rap stuff. Very melodic, very like introspective. It's different. There's an artist called Blade, who's like his sort of gang as well. He's a bit more melodic, where I get all my melody ideas, like they come from. Let me think who else. I like J Hus a lot, especially his new album.
I think everyone's. I don't think anyone does not everyone's infatuated with that album.
Especially his use of melody and like his cadences, like his voice can sound so different from like one line to the next.
Yeah.
I think it's like incredible. I don't think no one else is doing that.
Not
And I
at
think he should get more praise than he does.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting the praise, but I think
Even more, like, I think he's more top tier than people put him as top
Oh,
tier.
100%.
Pioneer,
Yeah.
man. That's
Yeah,
what he is.
definitely.
Pioneer.
I mean, yeah, so just on the album, I guess, what do you think's next for you? Obviously, it's hard to say that once you...
I've got 2 projects.
You just think about dropping 2 more projects.
Yeah. I've got like a rap project. The guy who produced Your Spell, Davu Beats, like, we're working quite intensely at the moment. Got some melodic songs. Hopefully EP or something, maybe an album for the summer.
Yeah.
And then I'm working on it's quite secret, but like a rock project with someone, like a producer, that's hopefully coming out by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think for you, the most important thing would just be to flood the market, man.
Yeah, that's what people have been saying, like, take the momentum, like, from the album, because I've done so much promo from it. And I'm really, like, pleased. Like, I didn't expect so many people to be, like, they like it, or even just to talk about it.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of my people around me been saying, drop another single, drop this, drop that.
Yeah, just keep yourself in the consciousness, really,
Yeah.
of people. Because, again, great album. Like, deserves all the accolades that it's inevitably going to get. So, if I was a label, I'd be definitely onto you. Future industry plant in here.
Probably.
You're on the first track.
I have sent it. Like, I've sent it to like 100 different like influencers and stuff. Like, written out 100 emails. I've got a whole list of people. Hopefully, one of them likes it.
Yeah,
or
no, I
even
think
gives
that's-
me feedback on it.
That's
I
what you
want.
need. It's just that next tier, isn't it? Really,
Yeah.
just
Mm.
you need
If you
to.
don't ask, you're not gonna.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you need to make
That's
sure.
even something I'm trying to like get into my head. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
Because when you're trying to create something or you feel like you're actually good at something, sometimes it's hard to like
Very.
speak it into existence and actually ask people to check it out.
Mm.
So once you
Exactly.
get over that initial hump, then you gotta have that DJ Khaled level of like.
Yeah.
I've been there, bro. Like,
You got, yeah.
when I've met artists or people I admire, like meet and greets, like I never ever used to tell them I make music or rap, and like everyone's like, why don't you tell them you're a rapper? You do this. I'm like, I don't want to annoy them, innit?
Yeah.
Like, I used to be in that mentality. Like, if I was in their position, would I want someone coming up to me telling me like they're a rapper? Like, I must hear that 100
No,
times.
you've
But
got
then
to.
it's like, exactly, like, what's the harm?
I mean,
There's no harm at all.
Big Sean told Kanye he's a rapper.
It's like
Now
they rapped
he's.
at him outside the radio station.
Could you imagine if someone was
Okay,
doing
love.
that to you? Like you're artist and someone's trying to ring off in your ear. Just if they're not good as well. Oh my gosh,
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
awkward.
it's a bit mad.
100%. Big Sean must have really impressed Kanye because I don't know what he could have said.
It could have just been the dedication, the fact that he's willing to wait outside for him to talk to him at least, and to have bars off top that were probably really good, and like without like stuttering or being nervous, he just rapped to him. Like, that's enough. Like, you know, like when you apply for a job, it's not just your CV
Yeah.
that gets
It's
you the
you,
job, it's
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
It's your
That's a
interviews,
good-
It's
and
the way you present
yourself.
yourself.
Yeah,
I agree.
Because more time they obviously ask you, they obviously see your skill set on the piece of paper,
Yeah,
and if you're just repeating it, it's like, alright, cool.
exactly.
But then
Anyone
if you have a bit of bubbly personality, whatever it is, they just gravitate towards you as an individual. And it's like, okay,
100%.
I feel like this person is definitely suited for the job. But yeah,
I
no,
agree,
definitely,
exactly. Like, it's like the stuff that's not on the paper. It's like,
Mm.
because everyone can have a skill set. It's about you, though. What makes you like enjoyable to work with? Because they got to want to work with you.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing you a favor at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Like, you could be like the best artist in the world, but if you're like not humble and you just think you're like, you know, it's like, why would they want to work with you?
Yeah, I agree. I think that's what you just have to. It's your personality as well, and
Yeah.
that will get you into many doors.
Exactly. It's just having confidence in yourself. Like,
Yeah.
I sort of don't believe the fake it till you make it. Like, because I know there's a lot of artists on my Instagram, like, not trying to shoot shots, but are like, they think they're it, and it's like,
Now
I'll-
shoot him, man.
No. They know who they are, innit?
Headshots.
They know. It's just like they've got this sort of attitude. It's like they think.
Wow,
that
could you
they're the
imagine
best way.
Cage and a beef going back and forth
Listen, yeah.
on the diss tracks?
Get exclusives right on here.
I've written diss tracks and never dropped them, you know.
You have to
I
let them
swear.
things fly, man. We want all the smoke.
I love bars, man.
Now, so would you say you're more? What impresses you when someone's rapping? Is it bars, melodies, or?
Completely matters on the like artist and the situation.
Mm.
Like, if we're talking diss tracks, then it's like the flow,
You're
the
looking for
bars.
energy. Yeah, you're looking for that
Exactly,
energy.
and what the shots they're putting in, like I'm a big fan of like Dot Rotten. Like, I'm not sure if I like too much of his last little battle, but when he did the original one against P Money, like it was just bars, and I thought,
Who do
like,
you think won?
Dot Rotten, 100%,
You
always,
think Dot won?
always. He is like impeccable.
I know he had bars,
He's impeccable, man.
but I don't think he won that though. Like,
Well, in 2016, when he did the stuff with the steak bake and all that, and the ones with P Money.
yeah, with P Money.
Does P Money just beef people? Like that's all I've known him for.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't beat people. Actually, well,
He's actually quite
Technically
quiet, you know.
speaking, yeah.
I think so.
Paris.
I don't think he's a
Paris.
Paris. Yeah.
If my name was Paris, that's a classic, man. People don't
That's
talk about that
sick,
enough.
yeah.
Like I can't believe that just doesn't. I mean, that's an interesting topic, I guess. Like disses and beef and some of the great ones, but that one's always escaped me how it's not discussed, like talked about more.
Because it was in
Like,
the social media era, and also today where not a lot of people want to go back. They just want to relive a moment, but they don't necessarily want to go back to it.
But I'll never forget when that dropped. Like that was crazy to me. How like
Gets versus.
Gets versus P Money. That
Man had 2 diss tracks on his tape. I can't believe it. He had Destruction of Eiffel Tower, and then he had the other one. He had the. I
What a
forgot.
guy.
Gets is sick with it, man. He has been
Yeah.
for a while, but yeah, he's definitely someone I wouldn't want to go against. Definitely.
That's what I love about UK music. You don't really see it in US. Like, they're like these tracks are quite plain and like. I know we've got like the Drake back to back and all this other stuff, but it's still a bit tamed. You know what I'm saying? Like in
They're
the UK,
really
no one's
polite.
afraid to go for anyone.
They're really
Yeah.
polite. Like,
Yeah.
they don't-
polite.
Yeah,
It's
they
really
don't-
polished as well. I don't like that.
Not hiding a child is polite.
yeah, but they don't go for like mums.
It's still too
Well, they're
All-
not
all
going
they
for.
can
Oh,
say
okay, I
is
hear
like,
that. They're not going for the
you're-
jugular.
Yeah, they're only
Yes.
going for pride. That's it. Like
Mm.
you're this, you're that, you're that, you're this. Whereas here, it's like I heard that this happened. See you, yeah. I heard that you got stabbed. I heard that you got robbed. I heard this, and that. I heard that your mum's a jez. Like they really go.
Yeah, there's
for
an
it.
energy.
They wanna
There's an
hurt you,
energy.
innit?
Yeah,
Definitely.
they want to hurt you and your establishment, your brand.
Yeah, I mean,
Whereas there, as I said, it's a bit polite.
yeah.
It's tame.
I think UK artists can take it as well. Like, think about Lord
Yeah,
of
but
the
they
Mics.
come from that energy though. They've come from that.
You have to. Yeah, you have to.
Clashing,
because
innit?
yeah,
That's
clashing
a
is a
big
part,
part of the
massive
culture.
part.
You can even look back at Lazy and Marks. Like it was just like right there.
I remember watching that on my iPod when it came out in like year
Exactly.
10, year 11.
Exactly.
I
No, that
remember
was
that.
just it was way too much energy in that room. Like for my man to be taking the piss out of his girl on the staircase, and he's doing nothing. Then the next thing he punches him in the face. It's like
I still think that was a bit
Energy, man.
calculated though. I think it was a
Well,
bit staged.
Ah, I don't know,
No,
man.
I don't
like,
think so.
no. It happened for real, but certain things were put in place so that would happen for real.
Is that the one where Frisco's in there as well?
Yeah.
Frisco
And Jam was
jumps
shouting
in.
at the end.
He's got
Yeah.
bare sliding on the staircase, and then the next thing is
That's
like,
what I
no,
mean.
nothing's
It was a
happening,
bit-
nothing's happening.
It's too I don't like things like that. Like, let things happen organically. Like, why? That was such a sick clash anyway. Why would you
Yeah.
put certain people in a room where you knew that it would kick off? If you know what I'm saying.
Well, things are said, I guess.
Did you see the Temper T and Gets? It was actually no, it wasn't just Temper T and Gets. It was Temper T, Jammer, and Gets. So basically,
Is this when he says about what's his phrase?
I
What's
can't
the-
believe anyone would try to go against
and he
Temper T.
says no. Josh or someone said that. I'm allowed to say that. Oh,
No. This is basically so. Gets was friends with Criminal,
yeah.
and the situation happened where Temper T bottled Criminal. Yeah. Hence why the song
I'm bottling man.
I'm bottling
Hey, yo,
man.
this is
That's where the song came from, right?
I'm getting some grand knowledge
I didn't know
today.
this either.
So basically, yeah. So now, like, they're all in the studio.
Stretch my legs.
Sorry, bro. So then, basically, this song, like, they're all in the studio, all of them together. This is like
Yeah.
BBC Radio.
Probably Tim Westwood or something, right?
Yeah, Tim Westwood. So
Yeah.
they basically, so it's Jammer and it's Gets, and basically, like, Jammer's trying to spit bars, and then Gets just goes straight away. And then the next thing, I don't know if Temper T was. I actually forgotten like what happens in the room. I think Temper T is in the room,
Yeah.
and then Gets says a bar.
It's a lot. It's about the it's a lot thing, and he says no. I can say it's a
Yes,
lot.
it's a lot. It's a lot. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a lot. It's a lot. And then the next thing they just keep going back and forth, and then
He's proper hurt and he's like,
yeah, and then gets realizes that right now it's peak because I can't overpower. Like he's still spitting bars, he's still going out at it, he's still giving it his all, but Tempety and Jammer, they're just smiling. Jammer's just nodding his head and then just like re-ad-libbing Tempety's bars, and then there's another guy who's doing the same thing with Tempety's bars. And Gets just there on his one.
It's him versus all of them, isn't it?
Yeah, it's him versus all of them. So like,
God, we've had some crazy situations in the UK.
But it's the fact that Tempety
Gets has had some mad moments, you know.
He comes
like,
in.
Where's Carlos?
Where's Carlos?
Where's Carlos?
It was so good. Stormzy had to sample it, man. That was crazy.
Have you seen the one when he's in the chip shop and he says to boss man, "Don't put salt on my chips"? And man puts salt on his chips and he's like, "Don't want that now. Why are you putting salt on my chips for?"
There's just a different energy in the UK, man. For real, like even.
You know it like obviously
like
things
Crazy
can get
T.
yeah, like you know things can get deep, but it's not like US where things are just like that. Someone gets killed, someone gets
Yeah,
gets
that's
shot.
true.
In UK, there's a bit more leg room, I would say.
Because
depending on the scene.
I think it's the culture.
I would say.
Because
depending on the scene.
I think it's the culture, especially because
it is clashes.
Much, in the United States, it's very much gun culture. Like you say something, we get at it, we shoot
Even
at
like
each other.
Pop Smoke, like the other week.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
crazy, man.
Mm.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. But in the UK, it's more like it's fist fight straight away. It's fist fight where you get jumped.
Yeah, but yeah, because it's like we've all grown up in that, like even like school culture. It's like I think it's embedded into like grime culture. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It's not like it's not that deep.
I think
drill's changing it, but grime's like that.
I think at its heart, grime is clashing. You know, that's a massive part of grime. So I think because of that, it's more, you know, you see the stuff with Stormzy versus Wiley. The reason I think Stormzy agreed to it is because Stormzy is a child of grime. Huh?
I didn't like any of that. I thought it was really weak from both parties. Like it felt like a US clash. Like it felt like very polished.
Yeah,
to
be fair, I was a bit disappointed in Wiley in the sense that I think everyone felt he didn't go there like he could have.
Exactly.
Well, I think still disappointed was great. I think Stormzy really went there and pushed Wiley.
Yeah. But that's what you expect from him as well. Like Stormzy's like, he's got his head, like his foot on his throat. He's gonna keep it there, you know. But I just felt like, especially from Wiley, man, it was like
I was disappointed.
Not bothered.
Because it was a half-hearted clash at the end of the day, man.
That's the word.
They don't really have any animosity. It's just they're just clashing for the sake of clashing.
The cover, man.
Like Wiley likes Stormzy, whether people like to believe it or not.
Yeah, 100%.
Like he actually does like.
He had his grievance, but it's like he still loves him.
Do you know what I'm saying?
As an artist.
Yeah.
It's just that.
So
it's all promo at the end of the day.
I know what you mean to some degree.
Maybe even drop an album, moist.
He keeps saying Godfather 3, and there's no Godfather 3.
There is no Godfather 3 at all.
Nah, I don't know. I thought that was a good beef. I just felt Wiley came really weak, which I think shocked everyone. Like, it just felt so half-hearted.
I feel like he's in this weird place. I don't want to put words into his mouth. I don't know him at all. But I just feel like he's in a... I don't want to say mentally, because I don't know him, but he's in a very dangerous place.
I think that's where he is. If Grime dies, he dies. He's not making really...
Nah, he's fine. Nah, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, but Wiley is known for grime.
But Bossy's not a grime song.
No, what I'm saying is like...
all of his biggest hits aren't grime.
No, but what I'm saying is like...
That's true.
He is grime today.
But he's doing it to himself. Like
he
said, I don't want Esky dance anymore. Someone else can have that. It's like he's pushing himself away. And then, like, when he wants to be, right, guys, I'm part of it. Like, I'm the king.
What I'm trying to say is, like,
Wiley's his own biggest enemy.
Exactly.
Wiley says, like, he's the king of grime, right? He's the king of grime.
Godfather,
Godfather, whatever, yeah. He says he's the king of grime, Godfather of grime. Meaning that he's at the top. Now, if grime, the genre, dies, he dies with it. Like, yes, of course, he can put songs here and there, but a lot of people are going to come up to him and say, why aren't you doing grime no more?
You know what?
And the thing is, they're going to accuse him of it. Whereas Skepta, he can pop, he can do this, he could do that, but at the end of the day, he's still going to do grime.
But he's got the accolade of taking it to the States, isn't it? So he can do. That's why he can do what he wants.
That's why he can do what he wants. Stormzy, he
but
does.
I think I know why. Because it's ever since Dizzy's come back into the grime side, Wiley's a bit like paranoid because everyone's making tunes with like Dizzy. It's like, I thought you was my boy. Why are you making songs with Dizzy?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I want to be friends with Dizzy. Nah, I don't want to be friends with Dizzy. Like I think it's just.
Grime is in an interesting place. I think it's not at the forefront as it was.
Do you not think? What about the Nasty Show?
I don't know, man. It's just
I think grime has grown up like he's supposed to grow up.
Yeah,
But
too slow though.
the genre.
Did it evolve? I don't think that might be its biggest issue. I don't think grime
I
evolved.
think it has though. Think about pirate radio sets back in 2000, people spitting into headphones, and now like selling out, like AJ Tracy selling out Alexandra Palace.
But AJ Tracy's not. AJ Tracy came in. Oh, I don't even know, because with AJ Tracy, that's an interesting one. Because I'd say he's more.
Out of AJ Tracy and Big Zoo. Big Zoo's the one who's still in grime.
Yeah, but then
at the
look
end
who's
of
the
the
bigger artist. Because AJ Tracy's been willing, as I've said many a times on this show.
That's debatable. Big Zoo's got a show, like a TV show now.
I think grime is more north. Like there are more artists in the north who are doing grime than people in the south.
Who care about grime? Yeah, I'd say.
Who care about grime and is still carrying grime. Of course, there might be the here drill song, the Afro swing pop, whatever you want to call it.
Even Essex is doing a lot of grime right now. Think about Tommy B and all his lot.
Yeah,
they're trying to push grime a lot.
I think but there's one thing. There's trying to push something, and then there's pushing it and it's working. It's not in the forefront. I think either.
I think honestly.
Nah, it's not the number one genre that it was, or it was going to be. I think
it was on that trajectory though.
Yeah, exactly. Or either that, or grime has just evolved into drill. I just don't think it's
a transition period.
Yeah.
Same thing happened before with grime and just like music before, like jungle and flipping all the shit that was like laid the groundwork, because jungle still exists. It's just not ever gonna be in the forefront as it was
ever again.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's a natural progression in my opinion.
Yeah. And I just don't think it's at the forefront as it once was. And you look, I guess
so much potential though. That's the
sad
thing.
Does. I think, and you look at it, and then you look at the artists who do it. AJ Tracy's probably bigger than Big Zoo, I'd argue.
As an artist, yeah.
As an artist, yes.
And that might be because AJ Tracy opted to stop doing grime.
That's true.
It's all under the same house, like garage as well. It's just the natural progression.
Yeah.
You'll still come.
You still have purists,
the same class, the same year.
You still have purists, but
I have one rule: if it's 140, then it's grime. That's the only thing it needs. Anything else, like I hate people who say like, I don't think UK rap is grime.
It's not.
It's not.
You know, but there is like a group of people out there say, yeah, Gigs is grime. I know.
No way.
Gigs has never been grime.
And Gigs will tell you that himself.
Gigs has never tried to rap.
But that's what they're trying to do now, isn't it?
Actually, he's tried to rap. Actually, with the Kano song, yeah, that was the only time he ever rapped fast for me.
He's done grime tunes, but he's not a grime artist.
Yeah,
not at all.
But like, I feel like because he's a popular name and grime is UK music, it's automatically grime. You know
but that's a misconception, isn't it?
Knowledge. Like people saying like Dave is grime. Dave's not grime. Dave is a UK rapper.
Dave can do grime.
He'll give you a grime song, but he's not primarily a grime artist.
That's why grime's not big right now. If you think about it, like even me, like I make grime music if I want to, but it's sort of like it's that you keep it in the cupboard. Like I'm a rapper, I do rap music, but like if I need to, like no one's committing to grime as much as they need to.
Yeah, reach it out like 1 2 times. That's it.
Yeah. I feel it's interesting. I feel like artists use grime as a way to show their skill.
100%.
Like, I think that's what Stormzy used Still Disappointed to do, to like show his skill. Like, yo, I can do this. Like, this is me. I feel like people go back to it when they need to show how good they are.
That's the beautiful thing about it. It's like it's a testing ground.
100%, yeah. I think if you can make it doing grime, you can make it anywhere, which is what we've seen. You look at Packages by AJ Tracy, Thiago Silva. There's so many examples of people using the genre of grime to elevate their career and show people like, yo, I can do this. But they don't stick to it.
Here's a good question for you. Do you think AJ Tracy is a good grime artist?
No.
Yeah, I think he's a good grime artist.
Thank you.
No.
But I think
he hasn't done.
He's a good grime artist.
He's decent. No.
He's too monotone, man.
No, because there are a few tracks.
I think the better question is AJ Tracy a good artist?
Done grime, but
no.
To say that he's not a good what?
I ain't saying that.
No, but I don't mean it. No, but it's
shots.
It's not even like that.
Let's go.
No, everyone's allowed an opinion, right? I'm not saying like he shouldn't do what he does. Like there's people who love what he does. Like big him. Like I don't want to take a bag from anyone's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he loves making music. There's people who enjoy it. Like sick, good for you. But for me personally, do I rate it? Not really. Like I don't know.
That's
not your cup of tea. That's not your.
It's just, I find it boring. Like I don't know why. It's just like I just don't find his voice interesting, or the things he raps about, or the way.
Right,
he
man
raps.
said his voice that.
No, but it is though. Like it's nothing like. If
It's
someone,
not a slight against him. It's just
It's like-
he's not your cup of tea.
It just feels like if someone said to you, "What is a generic like like UK rap voice or UK grime voice? Like what do you?"
Fucking hell, man.
No, but I don't mean it like that. I don't
Yeah.
mean it in a horrible
You
way.
don't mean it hate. It's just like
that's
for you.
That's just me just keeping it real. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm sure people say about me, "Oh, I don't like his voice. I don't like that. Oh, he raps too soft. He raps like this." Like I've had that before. Like I've gone to like rap shows and like performed, and the crowd is just screwing me because like it's all like roadmen performing or like extra conscious rap, and then there's me who's like something completely
Completely out of
different,
balance.
and
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
people like not like everyone's just staring and they're just like looking. It's like no clapping or anything.
Yeah, I hear that.
When I'm gone, it's like wait.
But yeah, I guess it's
It's all
yeah,
about taste, man.
yeah.
But you gotta give people a little bit of credit.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Or give them time to find out who they want to be. So if
Yeah,
you look
yeah.
at someone like Tiny, for example, when he started, he was doing grime and like he was really in the space. Like we had like different songs that he had at the time. Obviously, Wifey Rhythm is the one that caught everyone's
Yeah.
ear. But then I guess people were shocked when he started to make certain types of music.
Yeah.
But no one realized that was his actual ambition to become an actual
Exactly.
a superstar. You know what I mean? So
Which he did not, which was interesting. Some
He
people
pulled
should
it off right.
Yeah, I think we should talk about like Tiny Temper deserves way more flowers. I don't know why he doesn't get them. Maybe I don't know if
It's
in
because
this.
we don't like look at him as someone who's a part of that scene.
Yeah.
We look at him
I
like
don't
he's
think
far
he's-
removed now,
he's-
where
I
he's
don't
not
think-
necessarily.
No, but I think he has to get flowers. Like
And I think it's his
10,
name. is
Pass
not
Out was
attached.
10 years old.
old,
Like
yeah.
that's crazy. I don't know if maybe behind the scenes there's something. Maybe he's a dickhead or he's.
behind the scenes. He's doing a lot.
So I don't know.
But
And it
like,
didn't-
in front. He's just like, alright, cool. that's the thing. And
Because
that's the big
actually,
thing,
and
but-
Disturbing London's actually giving a lot of people opportunities. I
Yeah.
know WizKid is signed to Disturbing London, so that's
Really? Still.
I believe so. I
Oh.
don't know the ins and outs, but that's a good label. Like Tiny's done a lot. I just
course.
don't understand. Okay, yeah, maybe it's not been our cup of tea or the songs he's made, but I just don't. I can't understand how he's not getting more
But
flowers.
it never felt like he was compromised. Like I don't remember. Well,
Yeah, 'cause I
maybe
remember-
I was too young, but like I remember when Pass Out came, it wasn't like the pop song or the soft song. It was like it was a song that everybody listened to.
It was just a sick
Yeah.
song. Like I don't. Maybe more what he makes now, but I don't think he.
It's
You
too
gotta ask
American.
yourself, does
That's
he?
what it does now.
I don't even think so. I
You
just
don't
think
think?
it's British pop. And is he making bad music?
Yeah,
Like
British pop. 100% British pop.
Like was it Trampoline with 2 Chainz?
Trampoline.
I
What's
don't
the
know,
other
I
one?
didn't
I
rate
beef
that
What's the one? Swedish House Mafia as well.
from Miami to Ibiza.
No,
Right,
but good,
that's the
but good for him though. I love artists who do like try to do different genres and things because it's like it opens up your music to like a whole new audience and
That
stuff.
is something though, because I have a friend. I'm gonna get him on one time, but basically he said as a producer, he can produce grime, he can produce drill, yeah. But for him, it's not really. He's not really paying the bills with that, yeah.
Yeah.
So he produces the ins music,
I hear that.
and he's saying that he makes peas off of that. He makes money,
I can imagine, man.
and the thing is, he's not even like known like that.
Do you think that's interesting? Do you think Tiny looks back on what he's made and is happy with it?
100%.
I think he is. You know.
100%.
I mean, what's that written in the stars? That bag must be dumb because that was everywhere, and the video was everywhere. It's one of those crossover hits. Like I know
No,
it.
my favorite song with
In
him
America,
was
it did
with him
well.
and Wiz Khalifa. That
Till I'm
was-
Gone.
Yeah.
Well, no, gone. Till I'm gone. That was a good song.
Yeah.
That was a great
I don't
song.
think I don't think he'd be in regrets. I think he always had this ambition.
Do you think he
Exactly.
makes music he wanted to?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think people were surprised because we all associated a different sound to him. But I think he in
But even
himself
what-
knew
Yeah, but
that
the thing is,
he
without-
wanted to branch out.
What if
without him
Mm.
branching out, without him doing what he did, I don't think we would have a successful black individual like that. Because the thing is, by him going out and doing that, I think he's opened a lot of doors. Like he's been the person to break through the door, and then anybody else who wants to come through, such as Stormzy. Stormzy, I don't think is grime, but I think he's like the UK pop.
Yeah.
He's a UK rap pop artist today,
Yeah.
and I don't think we would have had a Stormzy if there wasn't a Tiny Temper.
What about wearing my Rolex? That was before that, right? But that didn't really open doors, did it?
No.
That was just a strange time.
And then do you know
We
what?
were
That's
just
interesting
confused at the
because
culture.
we need to. That's a conversation I want to have now because them man were dancing like
Shucking and driving.
they were shucking and driving for the man. Honestly, that era is embarrassing, and them man need to come out and apologize. Because what was it, Skepta?
Skepta was guilty of that.
Fucking hell, man! What's that tune? Oh, this tune irks me so much. Like my
Bad Boy. Is it bad?
nah.
That was a
that was a bad tune.
I like that
No,
song.
I like that.
But the
tune.
video, have you watched the video recently?
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
fashion.
The
is a
Louis
bit
Vuitton
mad.
That's
He's going to hell for that, man. But
everyone
no,
was doing that though. Everyone was doing that. Everyone
Even
was trying it, like
Yeah.
putting the belt on their collar, like man.
what were we doing?
Relic sweep. That's a,
Nah, he had another
That
one.
was a different-
That was
I wear my sunglasses at night. Roses are red, violets are blue.
bloody hell. Who else was in that? Wiley had tunes like that, but I think it kind of worked with Wiley. But there's
I
a
think
song
that was the first
that
Wiley
Skepta
song I
has.
ever heard was Wearing My Rolex.
Let's make peace, not war.
Oh, no, that was later though. That was later.
He still deserves to get in trouble for that song, man. Them,
But I think he confessed to that with Underdog Psychosis, with that video that he put out.
That was a good little run. The
Yeah.
blacklisted stuff.
Oh man.
yeah, he was on a roll at that time.
That
But I
Mega
guess
Man,
was
that
his
Mega
apo-
Man song was mad.
Nasty.
Yeah.
I think Blacklisted might have been his apology to, but just that era was weird. Even as good as it was, I think what really started it was when Chip got a Chris Brown feature, and everyone was like, "Hey, yo, we can actually make peas, but we're not gonna make because it wasn't the money that's in grime now or UK rap wasn't there." So
It was never there.
So all of a sudden, everyone was like, hey, yo, the music we're making now, it's not going to help us blow. So we're going to have to do this pop stuff. But the music they gave us was just at times piss poor, like embarrassing. Like, I know where you man came from. Now you're trying to do up all this N-dub stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Certain people got away with it. Like Tinchy, that was his sound. But I feel like that's why Tinchy's not here now. Because he didn't evolve with it. Tinchy came from spitting as well. So
Same thing.
that man
Yeah,
a joke, man.
man.
That whole era was just.
Yeah, but then again, I think sometimes you have to deep it. Like,
It's so sad there wasn't money in
but
grime at that stage, man.
I think at that time they made a decision. Listen, they're offering the bag right now. Let's
yeah,
take the
It's
bag.
and no
true,
one had
man.
the foresight that
Yeah.
if they just.
Because at that time, like
I haven't been
nothing
able-
like that ever happened.
Exactly.
For
Saying no is a lot as well.
Yeah,
man.
no, I
to
mean,
say no to that, that means you're gonna
But
have to go
chips-
through what you've eaten. Like you're eating chicken and chips, couple of days, and then the next day you're not eating no food, and then all of a sudden, boom! Like if you say no, that's happening again for
Yeah.
another 3 years until you become established, until you become. But nobody had that
But-
foresight.
Because Chip's whole sound, that you look at songs like Chip Diddy Chip, I mean, Oopsie Daisy, Champion, like, them man, what, like,
Again,
But he was good at writing a pop song, no?
oopsie
I
daisy
mean-
again.
you can't be good at writing a pop song, but like,
That's not where his heart
I
was,
don't-
obviously, but
I think
like...
it's harsh though, man, because I think nowadays our artists are afforded the luxury to just actually
be themselves. I mean,
Exactly.
it's obviously
Back then they
with,
couldn't do that.
it's with hindsight, like, I can say this, being able to look, but it's just a shame, like, you just wish people had had the foresight to all be like, let's not be forced to make this shitty pop music, which now in their catalogues you don't even really remember, or you don't even discuss.
Maybe they thought that, though. Maybe they thought this is just a platform so we can get the bread to do what we want. Like, no one's even
But
going to
then
remember
they did,
this.
they got, but then
sometimes
you've fallen off the consciousness. So let's say that was Tinchy Strider's plan.
Yeah.
Where's he now?
He's enjoying
It's-
life.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he'll come back and respond to this and say,
No,
look
the
at my
thing
nice
is,
house.
Him and what's the name? N-Dubs. They did exactly the same thing. The only difference is that one person just decided to say, just a step aside and say, alright, cool, let me just be done with this. And then see how I can transform this. The same thing with, what's his name? Tiny Temper. I mean, you could say they came from the same era.
They-
All three
yeah.
of
Oh, yeah,
them.
they did, yeah.
But it's just that one decided to just step aside. The other one decided just to go on
But I just
their-
think it's crazy.
their
that-
rich lifestyle,
yeah.
and then another person decided to say, "Let me step aside and then create a
even
platform
fuck,
for these."
what's his name? Lethal B, Lethal Grizzle.
Wow.
Even you look at his trajectory to making a song like what's that Skank song he made?
Festa Skank.
Yeah,
His was like the opposite. He was really grimy, and then his like pop route was more recent than the others, right?
Yeah.
I think he knows he will make more money off of that than he would off grime. He can still make a grime tune, but I don't think that's his focus.
Yeah,
It's just interesting to me.
he's got the pinnacle grime song as well. Like no one can take that from him.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Power's legendary. So it was so good they just tried to make it twice.
He tried to make it a third time.
Yeah, that's
They're
true.
trying to make it a third
I've heard
time.
rumors they're gonna try again. Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
That's amazing, though.
Because if you deep it, that's
On
it's
that
almost
same
16
beat, though.
years. It's almost
It has to
16
be.
years.
Has to be. I don't. That Power 2011. Oh god.
It's a bit.
Well,
not bad.
well, serious.
Was there a grime
You
remix
get
of
I was
that?
like, bam.
Huh?
Was there a grime remix of Power 2011?
No,
I'm
I
trying to
don't.
think.
I don't know. What did you say?
Serious to it.
He was just quoting that.
I don't know. I don't know if there was a grime remix of it.
I
But
remember Game Over had a grime remix.
what the hell was that? That Tinchy Shada song?
Yeah.
No, the grime remix was
hard.
that's
That's hard as bricks, man.
Nah, the grime remix was mad. It had who was
It had a grime remix.
yeah, Dot Rotten, Rich 32. I think Scorcher was on it. Bear Man, just like people who I never heard before, and then I was like, they're sick,
If
and
Rich
then I wanted to
32
go
and
back.
Scorcher was on it, there may have been the movements or Gets, Maxton,
Dot Rotten was on it as well.
Dot Rotten. Okay, I think that's when he had a great relationship with everybody else.
Yeah, back then.
God, what's that? I don't even know what's going on with him, man.
Yeah.
Well, think about Chip. Like back to what you were saying. Like Chip is like, I don't know how he's done it, but out of everyone, he's
He's
managed
done
to
it.
make us.
He's done it.
Exactly. Like
Yeah,
that
he
is
has.
like
He
wow.
did the pop shit. He
and he
was
made us
grime,
forget about.
did the pop shit. Yeah, and then now I'd say he's making music he really wants to make. That's how it feels anyway.
And he has really done it. Like,
And he's known as the
I've
borrower.
said this
Like,
over and over again on this podcast. I played that one song for my sister at her party. She said, "Don't ever play that again."
What song was this?
This was,
Do you know?
if you think you can come against I that song with DWE and Jammer, like that song. The next year, because of the Bugsy Malone beef, and
yeah,
all
that is
this,
sort of what helped, didn't it?
I played alone. The same hook. Yeah. If
Yeah.
you want to come and get, bruv, Two Gun Fingers, everybody having a great time. And the thing is, Chipmunk has really done it from my generation to my little
Exactly.
sister's generation.
Yeah,
That's
for
almost
real.
10 years, and it's still continuing. He's still doing his thing.
Do you know what people need to talk about? How bad the lyrics are on "Who Are You."
Oh, I love that song. No, but I love that
I
song.
saw the lyrics.
I remember that song, man.
I saw the lyrics like,
That song
in
when
front
it
of
came
me,
out.
like not hearing it. The homeboy was challenged.
We're not gonna start there. Who are you? Like, we can't.
Chicken eater trash.
We can't.
You have to understand, he's 16 at that time.
But
everyone knows
But
it
if you're
though.
wearing Prada's in secondary school, you're the guy.
Listen,
I don't
I'm
care.
on the song is phenomenal.
It's a classic. I'm
It
sure
is
it's
a classic, but my God, he was chatting shit.
Wow.
Chicken eater.
What about Firelight was sick as well.
Firelight was great.
Fire, listen, I played
That was
to
the
my
first song
sister,
that
she
was
didn't know what
short.
it was.
I remember that, but LimeWire days. Like I remember
That was the first song that
Firelight.
was short, and I was like, bloody hell, can I have some more? Because it was, I think it was like 1 minute 30.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a really
No,
short
2
song.
minutes, 2 minutes.
And I was like, what the? How is this? That's so fire.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
And he had Muhammad
Fire-
Ali as well. That was sick. I like that one.
Yes, Muhammad Ali was a decent song, but I think that's when he was like, he dropped his album, then he just dropped that grime track. I don't know. I think
I
it was
before.
It was
no?
before. Yeah, it was definitely before.
Just before, probably.
Just before he dropped that thing, and then he dropped Superstar.
And then it was pop, pop,
Yeah.
pop, pop.
And then it was just pop.
Chip
That's when he
Diddy
got hench,
Chip.
and it was like, stop, man. Yeah, man.
Jesus, how did we let Chip Diddy Chip happen?
That song's god awful.
Oh,
That song's not that bad.
he was really doing up pop, you know. I don't know what the name of the album is, but it's the one where
League of
Mavad.
My
I
Own?
Am Chipmunk.
No, oh.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's there's I Am Chipmunk, and then it's the one.
League of My Own.
Nah, I don't know if it's the. It might be I Am
League of My
Chipmunk.
Own was before that.
Yeah.
League of My Own was
his
before
first
that.
one, wasn't it?
Was his first one. Then it's I Am Chipmunk.
And
And then it's just
With
Trey
T.I.'s.
songs, Kerry Hilson. Yeah.
Nah, man, you really tried.
Ranting, but yeah, nah.
But shout out to them. If you know what, I think the hallmark of success is
Make mistakes.
Huh?
Make mistakes, and that's what they did.
Embrace
So
it.
now,
And
for the next
a lot of these
generation,
people
they
are
know
so
exactly
good.
what to do next.
We've forgotten a lot of it anyway.
Yeah,
You know, you
You
look
have to
at
applaud them.
I think some
For
people
real.
could come back. You know, I think Tinchy could come back now, and like no one would hold that against.
I
him.
mean, if he wants to make music, I'm not going to stop him. But will people be as interested? Will he have the viewership which he did before?
I don't
No.
think so.
If he brings back Rough Squad though, and he does a proper Rough Squad thing,
Ooh.
exactly
Yeah, if they really want to though,
in house, like no one
and if
else
they
involved,
really push it forward, if they give us,
because they had
that
that
Grime-
mixtape, like
if they give us
That was
like
sick.
a collection of genres, like they have the obviously the UK rap scene, which is just the VVS, the fancy cars.
yeah,
They have the drill, and then they also have that grime. Like
yeah,
I would say 40% of their whole thing is grime.
but
And then
just
other-
them, no one else.
Yeah, just them. And then they have like their collection of like whatever songs they want to choose.
Yeah.
But 40% of it's just grime.
But it has to be Rough Squad, like not like them trying Rough Squad trying to do this.
Exactly.
It has to be like them. Like,
Yeah.
I think so. What films are people looking forward to this year? Because I know you said you've obviously studied film. We're obsessed.
I want to see. What's this film?
I don't know what it's Tenet.
Say Mary. What is it? Candyman. I want to see that.
I want to see Candy.
Yo,
I
that
wanna
trailer
see-
was fantastic.
It
Yeah,
looks funny, but I wanna
it
see
looks.
Yeah, no, it looks funny. It looks funny to me.
Hey, yo, Jordan Peele is on a nice role, and I like the usage. I think what really stuck with me is the way they use "Say My Name" in the trailer. I thought that was really clever. It's similar to what he did with "I Got 5" on it in the trailer for Us. Yeah. So yeah, definitely that's a film I'm very interested in. Obviously, Black Widow is supposed to come out this year, so I'm looking forward to that.
I do want to see that. Yeah.
Apparently, this new I don't know about this James Bond because that last I think it's not. I didn't necessarily like that last James Bond film.
Was it Spectre last?
I think so, yeah. Especially, it was
Because
weird.
Skyfall was so good, innit?
Yeah,
So
Skyfall was unreal.
That's what made it.
When the man put the tube through, what did they do with the train?
Yeah. So basically, he ran out of the tube into like another station, and then the next thing the train just come out the door. Not the door, the wall.
That was bananas, man. Yeah, nah. So I mean, James Bond is in an interesting place because I don't really know where the spy film is at the moment, in the sense that we haven't had a good spy film in a while. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
We've had Fast and Furious.
And you calling that a spy film?
The James Bond films still do well though.
Yeah, I'm
And,
surprised they've
Mission
lasted.
Impossible
You know?
does well for what it is.
Yeah, actually, no. That last Mission Impossible with Henry Cavill was good.
I'm still yet to see it.
Yeah,
Still
give it.
gets rinsed though. Don't you think Mission Impossible has been rinsed? Like
It's been rinsed, but for some reason it does so well in America. Americans like they love it the same way we love James Bond.
Yeah,
It's
but
so-
the
so
thing is,
bizarre.
when we watch stuff and like we like it.
Mm.
That's it. They watch stuff and worship it, bro.
They love Mission
But
Yeah,
you
Impossible.
must have films that you love. Like you could watch it 1,000 times and it's like still fresh.
You, me, Dupree.
Say what?
You, me, and Dupree. Yeah, no, that was funny to me. Like,
Yeah, I did not see that coming.
Trying to think.
Head of State, because that was just funny as well.
Wolf of Wall Street is an amazing movie.
I haven't seen it. I need to
You haven't
watch
seen
it.
Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah, because it's great. It just keeps going.
It's a 3-hour
It's
movie. That's a
euphoric.
1-hour movie.
100%, man.
And then boom.
It's because when
Yeah.
films first come out, I don't like watching it because like it's too much hype. Like I want to I don't know if I'll genuinely enjoy it or not. I just might
Yeah, I
like it
hear
because
that.
everyone else is liking it.
Mm.
Like I want to wait for it. And it's been out for a few years, but like I just want like the hype to go, no one to talk about it, and then Wolf of Wall Street, I'll watch that.
Nah, you have to watch it,
I
man.
will watch
But
it.
that's actually quite interesting. Like, do you think? I don't know if the general because sometimes, say for example, at the moment it's popular to hate Star Wars. I don't know if it made it
Really?
easier for me to not like that. Like this, I don't know if that made it easier for me to not like the most recent film because there's such a bad negative energy
Still haven't
around.
seen it.
I mean, don't. There's no rush. I mean, you don't mind it, but I'm not crazy about
Christmas
it.
time.
I
Christmas time.
do like the new trilogy though. Like I do like what they've done with it. Like compared to like the Phantom Menace stuff, that was like trash.
Yeah, no one likes
Like
the
this
prequels.
Skywalk saga was quite good. I thought. Like what I've seen of it. I've seen the first two in the Skywalk.
Actually, no, tell a lie. The visuals on these couple Star Wars films.
Yeah, they look
nice, yeah.
great. That scene on
When on the snowy thing.
listen,
And
that
he's
was
stepping in Louboutins. Yeah.
come looking like loops.
Yeah.
It's just after Thingy died. It's just a stretch to keep people in films who are
Red
dead.
Rock.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. It's like
Yeah.
just kill them off or something. Like it looks weird, and it's like everyone in real life knows that they're dead, isn't it? It's just like
Yeah,
it's
that
like
is weird.
It's just a stretch. It's like why are you doing that?
I don't mind Hollywood trying to make. No, I don't even like the looking younger thing because that's off-putting. I don't know if anyone's seen Gemini Man, but sometimes the CGI was
Trailer put me off.
fucking hell. It was not. He was not looking like the. He was not looking like the Fresh Prince, man.
Do you not feel like he's on that run now? Like, where he'll just do anything. Like at the moment,
I think he'll do anything that will make him happy. I don't think. Listen, his a conversation needs to be had about Will Smith, and I think he's got more bad films than he has good.
he needs a new agent. Like to say, nah,
Man said a new agent.
That film ain't for you, bro. That's not like that. You think?
I think he does.
I have to think about it for a second.
Especially recently, like in the last 5 years.
He's been in some
Shockers.
god-awful films. Oh, Shockers is correct. Very mid.
But you see, Suicide Squad. That wasn't.
That's one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life.
I wasn't.
But he wasn't bad.
The
at
worst
it,
film
though.
I've seen is Twilight. The first one. Trash. We were in the cinema.
I want to know more about this day. What's
Hey,
going
man,
on?
hey, listen. Yeah, the camera.
Oh, didn't even clock that. But yeah.
Man, let me doing things for the Gowden, man.
Right, I've seen. Yeah.
Honestly, because I think there was a couple girls that were there as well, and they more or less picked it, and
You don't
we
want to
just
say no, innit?
we rolled with it.
Yeah, and I was buzzing the film because the film was trash, man.
So bad.
Like, there was just certain things. It was just like, what are you doing, man?
It's fan service though. That sort of films, isn't it? It's like it's to like just appeal to a certain crowd.
Yeah, we're
Like-
definitely we
Yeah,
were
but the
not.
thing is, it was trash. I didn't understand why. Like, when I said we either like things, we don't. The United States, they worship it. They worship that film, bro.
Yeah, but who?
They made Robert Pattinson vampire diamond skin, bro. Like, they really worship it.
VVS is-
Have you seen Lighthouse?
Lighthouse.
No.
Nah,
Robert
but
Pattinson.
I think so.
I heard it's a
What's
really
that
good
about?
movie, though.
It's the black and white one with Willem Dafoe and Robert.
I don't know if I can watch a black and white movie because that just takes me out.
Don't say stuff like that.
No, it's not as bad as people who say like the subtitles thing. But I don't know. Sometimes I don't.
Ooh, subtitles is a. I'll say in a second.
No, that subtitles thing is interesting to me with what we saw happen with Parasite, and people were like, "Oh, I can't believe, this film won. I'm not gonna watch a film with subtitles," which is crazy because if I didn't watch a film with subtitles, I'd miss out on one of my
So
favorite
much.
films in the Raid, the Raid 1 and 2.
Oh yeah.
Insane! If you
Yeah.
like action films, you have to watch that. That is
Raiders are
fantastic.
mad.
But yeah, I think people ignoring subtitles is
The Raid
crazy.
2, I didn't-
So much
I didn't-
mad cinema out
I
there.
didn't.
man.
I didn't rate the Raid 2 as much as I did the Raid 1.
Haven't seen.
The Raid 1 is
one.
bananas.
I've
Like,
seen
I
the first
can't
one.
believe.
Is it one take the whole thing?
Nah, it's impossible.
No, it's impossible.
That's
bro.
Is it? What am I thinking?
I think you're thinking of 1917.
I think you're just
No,
thinking
but
of
I'm
the
sure.
scene in.
But I'm sure there's a scene in Raid where it's like.
Oh, there's like
Yeah.
a fight where it's like a one
Yeah.
camera fight. Yeah.
Yeah, but them man really, that's their life. Like doing up all that martial arts shit.
Plus, when you see films like some foreign films, you can see they loved making that film. Like, I don't get that like feeling from some American films. Like I feel like
Yeah,
it's a
some
bit fast
American
foodie.
films do be feeling like someone just wanted a bag and they wanted it quickly.
Exactly. Like I just like from like studying film, like, and we do have to do like how you fund films and all that. It's like it's a depressing business. Like you are bankrupt for a whole lot of it.
Yeah.
And there's not a big chance that you'll get any P from it at all. You're lucky if you break even. And I'm thinking like there's these like Korean films, Japanese films, French films, where it's like this is not gonna make like a lot of money worldwide, but you can see they love it, and it's like that's why a lot of these films gain like cult followings, and they're like it's just mad cinema to watch.
Yeah.
I think people need to be more adventurous.
That's
like,
it's almost like The Heist on Netflix. I haven't really watched it, but my mum, my dad, my brother, they were glued to it as soon as it came out.
Wait, the house is in it's Spanish,
Spanish.
but they've dubbed it, innit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were just glued to it.
Apparently the dub is crazy. Like it's just not like the people. You can tell it's not from that voice. If you know what I mean.
yeah.
Just give me the subtitle.
Have you seen Bleach, like the anime, whatever manga? They made like a live action. I think they've dubbed the live action with the same actors as like the anime dub. So it's like it just looks hella weird.
Oh no.
It looks hella weird.
Netflix needs to be careful, man. Them men just be trying to remake everything,
Yeah.
and there's certain
They
things
need
you
to
just
relax.
can't.
They need to relax. The only great thing that's probably come out is Stranger Things. That's been
Ooh.
really.
Nah, they've had Netflix has
I've
had
had a lot of bangers.
Nah,
but
I'm not hearing that,
I
man.
know.
That's
like,
probably their biggest banger though.
Man,
Like
they got
yeah.
way better stuff.
cultural
than Stranger
impact.
Things.
What else has Netflix given us?
Oh, no. Making a
Love is
Murderer.
Blind.
I didn't watch.
Oh yeah.
That was
Their,
quite bad,
their
wasn't it?
documentaries are very good. I'll give them
Love
that.
is Blind. I really want to watch that, man.
You have to. Honestly,
No, I want to watch this because the concept seems mad.
Have
Love
you-
Island is just it doesn't work in my mind.
I hear
Go
that.
out and just sell out yourself for 50k and if followers, dead for me, yeah. But Love is Blind. That
You
looks
like
lit.
it. You like it.
It sounds lit.
I'm halfway through.
I need to watch it.
Okay, so do you understand the premise though?
No, I don't know nothing
Okay,
about
so
it.
basically, what is it? So they talk to each other, and then they have to propose. But that's
Yeah.
after not even seeing each other. So you're proposing to someone, and then it's just trying to see if love is actually blind, which
How
is
long do they know
insane.
each other for? Like,
So I think it's from what has been explained to me yesterday.
yeah,
Basically, they talk to each other for about 10 days. Yeah.
yeah,
And they have to propose. Yeah.
yeah.
And then once they propose, afterwards they get like, is it 14 days?
To just,
Like they're
something
engaged,
like that.
but then afterwards, after they're engaged, they have to see each other now. Like they have to now talk to each other or whatever. And then it.
but what is it?
No,
Is this like a
pause.
company that does this or something?
No,
Nah,
it's
it's
like-
Netflix's show.
And yeah,
It's
I
like a
know
social
that.
experiment.
But, oh, it's a
Yeah.
thingy show. I understand what you're saying.
Nah, it's bananas,
It's
man.
one of
Give
them
it,
ones.
give it a spin.
It's
You
the
won't be
same thing as,
disappointed.
it's the same concept, like same social experiment as Love Island.
But is there not one where there's like where they
Stuff
don't
like
even
that.
meet? They meet on like at the wedding. Have you not heard?
That's
Seen,
Love is Blind.
Nah, that's
No,
Married
no.
at First Sight.
Yeah.
is it like that sort of
That's people
That's
are
mad.
crazy,
I think
man.
anything for a bag, you know?
Yeah, I think
Anything.
that's too much of
real.
a risk. But yeah, no, that Love Island.
That's
stuff.
mad. Imagine you look back and it's the most butters thing that you've ever done. You got to live with that.
Well, I think they get married for 90 days, and then it's a case of will you stay married to that person on Married at First Sight.
That's still a bit mad. Like, what's the
Honestly.
point?
That's
Yeah,
not
that
even
makes
religious, man.
But
Get married.
yeah.
So,
Is there anything else that we want to?
it's something I want to ask you guys. Are you
Go
guys
for it.
quite into like anime, manga, sort of like?
Nah, I'm not gonna lie.
I've watched. You know what? That anime period in like the tens.
Yeah.
I missed it. I missed all of it. Yeah, but I've recently got into the Netflix show Baki. That's it.
I can appreciate anime, and I can see why it's such a big deal to so many people, but just didn't connect with me. Which is
Really?
which is weird because I mean, it's not even I'm gonna say that it's because it's cartoons or something. I just don't know why it didn't resonate with me.
It's
Yeah.
a big part of my life. I'd say it's a big part. Like, you guys are like Marvel guys, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm like the anime, like,
Mm.
but even in my like bars and everything, I try to drop a few references and stuff. Like, I watch anime every single day.
Do you watch Attack on Titan?
I've seen first season when it first dropped, but
You-
like,
you
I need to catch up.
When you leave this place today, you have to watch the most recent season. Some of the most incredible shit I've
I've
ever
heard
seen.
about I've heard because everyone said like the second and third was a bit meh, but like towards it's like it's going
Wait.
somewhere crazy now.
Mate, I don't even want to say anything. You just got to see it, man. Some of the stuff in there is bananas.
I need to rewatch it from the beginning, to be honest. I can't
Yeah.
remember. But like I think
Really good
and
one.
like especially now, like
I really appreciate the genre because there's no one I know that who isn't into anime that it isn't like that is their thing. Like they love it.
if you
There's a
when
real
was the
love
last
for
time
it.
you tried it?
I never did, to be fair.
Do you know what? You need to find the right show. I think there's a show for everyone.
Yeah. Once
in
you find the
anime.
right show and you're ingrained.
Yeah.
It's like Baki. It's funny. It's funny to me because I get it. Like
Yeah.
like it's just a certain set of individuals who want to be the best and they want to taste defeat. They've never tasted defeat in
It's
their
the
life.
fighting one, right?
Yeah, the fighting one. So pretty much, they now all come and they want to beat each other up, but there's only one strong individual. He's a young kid.
Yeah.
So far I've got up to the part where his dad tells him something to make him stronger, and he has to do it. I don't want to spoil it for you, man.
That's
but
something Netflix is good at as well. Like
Yeah.
their anime like catalog is quite nice, and like they're funding things as well. So it's like
What animes are you
I do
watching?
want to see like a
what
bit
am I
more
watching right
anime
now? What am I watching right now? I'm about to start one called Magi, which is about Sinbad, like the historical Sinbad.
though. Oh yeah.
I could tell you my favorite. I love One Piece. Like, I live and die for that. Like, I read it every week. Like, it's like 900 chapters, but I'm still trying to keep up.
Yeah.
Like, I watched the anime, and then when like I'm into dubs. Like, I know it's controversial, but I don't like sub because like when we were all young, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, did you watch the Japanese one or did you watch it in English when you was like young?
Okay,
English,
Exactly. So that's the sort of nostalgia I get from it. So like, I would rather. It's a cartoon, man. It's not like a real people. So I'd rather watch it in. That's just a personal opinion.
I heard that. If you're out here watching Dragon Ball Z subbed, you need to be like.
You need
to go to the doctors. Fam.
Goku's voice apparently is proper mad.
So jarring. Oh, I tried once, so I'm never doing this ever again.
Bro.
I have to hear that dub.
It inspires my music a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Like some songs I've written, like it's like I get into the mind of a character from like if I watch Hunter.
No, I can definitely see that.
And then like I make a song from their perspective.
Yeah.
And it's like it turns out to be like one of my most banging tunes and things like Wake Up. Have you heard Wake Up?
Yeah.
Like, that is Hunter. That song was called Hunter. It was based on like however many chapters or whatever, how many episodes I saw up until that point, and I made a tune based on it. And,
I think when something like that is so in your life, it's hard to ignore it. It'll definitely go into your raps.
Very hard.
I think if you love something that much, it will definitely make it into your raps.
Yeah, it's like so important. I would even like maybe like when I'm older, like work with people to like put like a manga or anime together like on something.
I did want to make one at one point. I really did. Like I thought about it and I was like, well, what do I do? Like what sort of superheroes do I want? Where does the story lead?
Could be anything though.
Pretty much I went on Fiverr, they were like saying it was like £800 to like just produce one strip. Like that's just one piece of paper. And I was like, oh mad. It's like what sort of characters would I want? Where is the story going to lead to? Where does it end and where does it start? Like, what happens with the next chapter? Like,
it's mad. Like, because even though it's in black and white, the amount of people that you need to like drop weekly chapters is like crazy.
Yeah.
And like how far ahead you have to think. Like One Piece, for example, the guy who's like written that is like he knows how it's going to end. He started this in like 1994 or something like that.
Yeah.
And even back then, he knew what, like, in case he died, like, he knew what arcs, which, like, characters are going there, who's going to meet that, and it's, like, you have to be so far ahead, like, and, like, some of these series, like, last so long, like Naruto or Bleach or whatever, it's, like, I think, like, it's ingrained in people's lives as well, like,
it is.
Especially in, like, if you watched it or, like, read it when you were young, it's, like, something you never forget, like.
Yeah.
You'll never forget. So,
Love
like,
that.
even, like, the story making, like, I think I spoke to my dad, like, okay, how do you make a story? And, but, like, that's just reminded me, I do want to make one, actually. I will make one.
It's so deep as well, like, you
It's
think,
proper
like,
deep. It's
in it, it's
mad.
like, how's this cartoon got me in my feels right now?
Like, it's not even like, I want to make one and publish it out and then try and make a cartoon. I just want to make one just for yourself. Once I make one, it's like, alright, then cool, where do I go to? And it's, it's mad.
Did you ever read Death Note? Like the one,
Nah.
because they dropped like one this year that was like 80 pages and it's got like Donald Trump and all that in it.
Nah.
It's quite mad.
Okay.
You don't even have to have read the series. Like you should read.
I do like the premise of Death Note. I think that's quite interesting.
It's many people's gateway as well. Like I remember that was the very first one I got told about, and so many of my friends and people, Death Note.
Love that.
Went on a tangent, but sorry.
I love it when someone's passionate about something, and you can definitely see it in your raps as well. So I think that's fantastic. Well, is there anything else that anyone wants to discuss?
Nah, man.
So what's next for you, man? What's the
next summer? Probably gonna have this EP album with David Beats, and then by the end of the year, I should hopefully have a rock album, which is like something I really want a band. Like I've always wanted a band, so like that's what I'm sort of working towards. And I'm working with like it's a producer who's like used to be a grime producer, but now they're like just doing their own thing. And it's like someone who I used to look up to when I was younger. Like I said that to him as like, you know, like when you just like follow these people like on Twitter and you hear their tunes, like for example SNY, like the grime producer, like I never ever thought I would like get to talk to him or anything. And then like I made my song Matches last year, which was he put out a beat and he just like, it wasn't intended for me, but he was like, Grime artists, make a tune to this beat and then whatever. So I made a tune, and then like I just DM'd him, do you mind if I drop this? And he's like, this is sick. And then he like put it on his story, Kage Solitaire, sick. Then I've got the song on BBC and he got proper gassed, and it's like we made the video and it was. And I still talk to him now, like.
That's sick, man.
No.
But it's like
Shouts out to him.
It's a weird, like, I can't describe it. Like even like going to meet and greets and like, I think it's important that artists do that. Like a lot of artists are too like bougie. Like they're like, no, I don't want to go to shows. I don't want to meet artists. Like when I've met like Young Lean or someone, it's like, even if I don't talk about music, I can just like appreciate what it's like and what it's like to be in that position. Like when I go to shows, it's like I'm looking at the audience, I'm looking to how they react and like what's going on stage. Like so, like it's not only like influencing me like musically, but like as a person, like how to be humble, like and like what it's like to inspire.
Yeah.
It's like so inspirational. Every time I go to a show, I'm so gassed. I'm like, yeah, I want to do this. I want to do O2 Brixton. I want to do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's like, I think that's why I'm so hungry. Like, I try to engage myself into the music culture as much as possible, because I feel like because we're so out of it, it's hard sometimes. Like, because like all my artists who I know who live in like London or even Upminster, where it's like a bit closer.
Yeah.
So you got close. When you're on the underground, like I feel like it's easier to make connections. Like I said, you can stay longer at gigs because you don't have to worry about last train and things. And it's like you meet so and so and do this. Like I'm just trying to do me and like for my people. Like
we just got to build our culture, man.
Exactly, and it's like and be unapologetic. Like I've had situations. I've been banned from certain shows, like even in Romford, like because I don't bow down and do what everybody wants. It's like
I see. Yeah.
Like it is what it is, isn't it? Like but I have to commit to that. Like I'm not going to bow down and be like, no, I really want to perform. Please let me perform in Romford. Like it's like, okay,
it can't be something you're not.
Exactly.
Take the L and then learn from it.
Yeah, I've done other things. And I did the O2 thing without that. I did the Westfield thing without that. Like if people don't like want to work, they don't want to work.
Yeah,
that's the way it is sometimes.
Yeah.
Just before it ends, can I big up a few artists?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Go on. Shout them out.
Because I feel like it's important. Like, that's what at the moment I'm trying to big up. Like so many. Like I'm in people's DMs. I'm like, you're sick. Like obviously BO1.
Yeah.
Best. I will always say it. Best producer in the world. David Beats. Best producer in the world.
Yeah.
No, because they're like my core. I would say there would be no Kage Solitaire without these people.
Yeah.
It would just be a cappella. It would be trash. Who else? LAB, who's a female artist. She's really, really sick. She reminds me of MIA a bit. Like, you should check her out. She's sick. Local 16-year-old artist, Bosharoo. He does like alternative rap. I've got a song with him. You might have heard it. Not Nice.
No, but we'll check it out.
I think I have. Yeah.
Yeah, he's only 16. He came to my house. We recorded at studio because, like, I must admit, sometimes I still pop into the school, like we used to go to, just so I can see how, like, what's going on. Talk to the media teacher, like, is anyone interested in music? Because I feel like it's important.
Yeah.
Because when I was their age, no one came in to help us. Like, I don't want to be that guy. Like, if like,
you go all the way to the top and then you've just left no foundation.
Not even. It's just like giving people opportunities is so important. Like when. I got the Foreign Independent said, like, because I sent them about my album and they said, yeah, this is good, but like I'm old, so I can't write an article for you. Find someone to do it. Yeah. So first thing I did, I emailed the media teacher at the school currently. Any students interested in journalism? Like I've got an opportunity, music journalism. Or like when I had the gig last year, like I went and I did so many briefings, like, please come to this gig because the opportunities for networking are immense. I think young people do not understand that at all. Like even when I was at uni, I was like underestimating it. Like,
oh, for sure, man.
We know it's all like, oh, network. I'll do it eventually. I don't really care.
Go chat to people you don't want to.
And then now, once uni's gone, there's no opportunity to network. It's harder.
You just gotta do it. You just gotta do it off your own.
Exactly. You got to force. Like, I think that's so important for like young people. Like, please network with each other. Please don't feel like, oh, I need to get on first. Oh, I don't want to help him. Oh, I need to get on first. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Because there's even 23-year-olds, 24-year-olds, like my age, who are like, nah, proper selfish. You share their stuff and like, don't want to touch you with like a stick. Like, I want to do me. Doesn't bother me. I still share your stuff. Like, I share everybody's stuff. Like, I think we need to work together. Like, even this is why I like you guys so much, because like giving me the opportunity to come here, I talk to you guys a lot. Like, I always send you music. What do you think? Even before it drops. Like, I feel like, especially in Chafford, we need to build a hub of some sort. I don't know how we would do it.
Make that community stronger, and then
exactly
go out in a bang.
Like I've had artists. Is there a studio in Chafford? I'm like, no.
There's no studio in Chafford.
No, there used to be one in Grays, but that's shut down.
Yeah, I heard about that.
There's no funding or anything like that. I remember my best memories of like making music was like 5 or 6 years. Like, I met so many artists through that. Like who was big? Do you guys know Big Zeke?
No.
Yeah. I've heard
yes,
of him.
back in the day. Like I wouldn't. Like, he was an artist that I was looking up to. And like, I would never have met him if I didn't go to the studio and I met his friends who make music, and then it's like just laughing and having banter and just making tunes. Like, I think it's so important to like bring people together. Like, I think there's such an emphasis on internet culture and being as far apart from each other. No, you're not part of my clique. I'm not going to help you. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I think we need a studio in Thurrock at least. We need like some sort of performance night where, I don't know, you guys or some other guys like just we need to and just like so like. Any genre, rock, rap, whatever, country, whatever you want to do, pop music, if you're a singer. Like, there's so much talent in Chafford. Like, people ask me things, and there's nothing I can always do. And it's like, it sort of hurts me. Like, after all the stuff that I've done and like stuff that other people have done, I think there needs to be more opportunity, because like, there's been artists who are really, I know who've died from Chafford. Like, I used to help them, like I used to like mentor them. We used to record, and then I hear they've been stabbed and killed in like Romford and things like that. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
No,
it really makes me proper sad.
No, I think that's
so really... for a sad note.
But I think that's something that needs to be said, man. Like, I think that's why we try to work with as many people as we can. Like, you see, we've been on a roll. We just had guests after guests. It's just, if you've got a platform, use it, you know, to help others, not just yourself. Sure. We wouldn't do it. I don't think we'd be... You know, the rebrand has gone really well, but I don't think it would have gone as well had we not worked with other people. So I couldn't agree more, man. I think everything you said there was the truth.
For sure, passionate.
I
liked what you just said, bro. You're in your bag, bro.
Yeah,
I want any young people from Chafford watching this to like hit you guys up. Like, you're not scary people. Just
not at all.
Just send music through, or whatever you do. You do art, you do dance, you do drama, whatever. Like, this is such a sick platform. You're not going to be judged. Like, send it in. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%.
What have you got to lose?
Nothing to lose, man.
I think that's the perfect place to end on, man. You that's the whole point of this.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, 100%. Love that.
Where can the people find you?
Just type in Kage Solitaire, Kage, and Solitaire. Like, if you Google search that, you'll get my Twitter, Instagram. Please follow me on Spotify. I need to get my Spotify up. SoundCloud, YouTube, everywhere, man. Just like, if you look at my name, I'm everywhere.
Perfect.
I think it's so important to be everywhere as well. A lot of people underestimate that.
Well, glad to have you on there.
Nah, honestly,
it's a really good episode. I really enjoyed it.
Appreciate it.
Great conversation.
Thank you so much.
Perfect.
Thanks for having me. I really
anytime.
Always be.
Take it easy.
Alright, that's it.
Until next time. Peace.
I'll come back with a few Grammys, yeah?